Hi guys! So today I want to talk with you about the movie Kalank. Because I don't have anyone to talk with about Bollywood, so I decided to do these videos. And today we start with Kalank. So I made a few notes, so I wrote it down a few times. And also my English isn't my mother tongue, so I'm sorry if I make any mistakes. So Kalank was one of the most anticipated movies like ever. It has a big star cast, it's a big budget movie, but still it couldn't connect with the audience. And I'm always like, even though a movie turns out to be a flop at the box office, I always say, okay, I will make my own opinion about it. So I watched it and I found a few good things and also a few bad things, and I'd like to share it with you. Okay, attention! This video will contain spoilers about Kalank. Okay, we'll start with the plot. I'll just sum it up real quick. The movie is set in the 1940s. It's the time of the partition and it's the pre-independence British era. I hope I said that all correctly. And it's about 6 characters and they're all like connected in a way. At first there's Satya. She's played by Sonakshi, and she is married to Dev. Dev is played by Aditya and he is the owner of a newspaper. So they're married, and then there's Dev's father and also Satya's father-in-law. He's played by Sanjay and his name is Raj. So they're like the Chaudharys, that's their last name, and they're like a family. The mother is like dead, I don't know. And then one day Satya gets told by a doctor that she's very sick and she will die soon. That's why she requests her old childhood friend, they're not really friends, Roop, she's played by Alia, to accompany her and her husband for like a year or something, so she would grow kind of friendship with her husband, and maybe one day they will get married and all this kind of stuff. Roop agrees, but she just agrees on one condition, that she marries him right away because she wants to have a secure future for her and for her 2 sisters. So Satya eventually agrees. Roop and Dev get married, and then there's the next character, played by Madhuri Dixit. Her name is Bahar Begum, and she is the owner, like the boss of the Haveli, the brothel. And this brothel is located in Hiramandi, and Hiramandi is like a town in Hosnabad where all this is happening. Roop wants to catch up her singing lessons, so she wants to learn from Bahar Begum because she's like a very good singer, and she's teaching other girls to sing. But she isn't allowed to because these are like the rules of the house. Baraj permitted her to go to Hiramandi because it's this town has like a bad reputation. There are a lot of Muslims living there and the Chaudharys are Hindus. So that's why she's not allowed to go there, but eventually they allow her to go there because she's very stubborn, and Satya says, let's just allow her to go there before she does something stupid. So she's allowed to take these lessons in this Haveli, and then she meets Zafar, played by Varun. And he's like a daredevil, a womanizer, and you already noticed that he's like kind of flirting with her and all this. So then there's this big secret reveal. Zafar is an illegitimate child. Okay, everyone knows that, but his mother is Bahar Begum. Everyone knows that too, and he hates her because she abandoned him, and she abandoned him because his father is Bairaj, So that makes him Dev's half brother. And Baraj doesn't have to do anything with him too, so he abandoned him too. Yeah, because he cheated on his wife and he decided to stay with his real family. Yeah, and Bahar Begum abandoned Zafar when he was a child because she loved Baraj very much, and she thought that if she would leave her son, then he would come back to her, but that wasn't the case. Yeah, so she tried to like say sorry, and but Zafar was so heartbroken. Yeah, so this is like this big secret also, and then that's why Zafar decides to get revenge on his father, and he wants to get revenge by seducing Roop, and that's why she thinks that the story is like Roop is telling the story from the future. Yeah, and she thinks it's her fault that all this kind of stuff that will happen, that I will tell you now, is her fault because Zafar wanted to seduce her to destroy the family. And Zafar's plan is working. Roop is falling for him, but he is falling for her too. And this is, at first we have the family revenge story, and then we have the love story. And the last thing is we have the partition plot. This is like the side story, which also connects with the other two plots. So it's in the time of the partition, and Zafar has a friend named Abdul, and he is a Muslim too, and he is like Zafar, a blacksmith, and he is for the partition, and Dave, who's running the newspaper, is against the partition, and he's like publishing papers for the partition with his with the saying one nation, one identity, and most of the people, so the majority, is for the partition. Yes, it's kind of confusing, so that's why I have to think very hard. So Abdul was getting behind all of this because Zafar was using him for his revenge plan, and so Abdul was very angry at him. Yeah, and in the end of the movie the riots start. Yeah, because of the riots, Dave, Roop and Zafar flee to the train station. Yeah, and Dave and Roop could enter the train, and Zafar was on his way there, but he eventually gets killed by Abdul, which was a very emotional scene. I was crying like a baby. Yeah. So that was the end. Yeah, so as I said before, Roop is telling this story from the future to a reporter, and in the end it turns out that she's still married to Dave. Also in the middle of the movie Satya dies, which isn't very, yeah, like emotional, but that's something for my opinion. So the movie ends with Dave and Roop in a marriage just with respect and no love. Yeah, and it's kind of weird. I am starting now with my opinion. It's kind of weird in the end because Roop is like talking to the audience and saying, yeah, did you feel destruction or love in the story? And I don't know, but it just felt weird that she's directly speaking to the audience. It was just, I don't know how to describe it, but it just felt weird. What I also found very weird, and also, I'm sorry, but ridiculous, was this bowl scene. I remember that Davan, my Varun Davan, I love it so much. Yeah, that he said on Instagram that he was shooting for it, and it was one of the hardest scenes ever in his entire career, and he was working very hard for it, and I saw him like training everything he posted on Instagram. Yeah, and I totally feel sorry for him because he worked very hard for it. I mean, did you see his body? Like, hello. Yeah, and the movie turned out to be a flop in this bull scene. I mean, I hope I can cut some scenes in. This looks so fake, like the bull, it looks ridiculous. Like, I don't know another word for this than ridiculous. This just looks, I don't know what to say, okay? Yeah, so this scene was just, I was like, no. And it was so random. He said that, yeah, he wants to show it around and how Hiramani is like in reality, and then he is like saying, yeah, go there, meet me there, and then she has to see him like fighting a bull. So that was a bit random. And also my least favorite character was Roop, because I felt like she was behaving really bitchy. I'm sorry, but that's the truth. At first she's like, no Satya, I don't want to do that. I don't want to go to your house. I mean, you're sick, you're going to die soon, but I don't care. I mean, I can understand that she wanted to marry him in the first place because she wanted to have a secure future and all this kind of stuff. I can agree to that, but eventually when she lived in their house, they were married, she didn't even knew how he looked like, because she was like in her room all the time, was doing nothing, just sitting there. And Satya was always going to her room and was like, hey, don't you want to go out? And she was like, no. Yeah, so that was also, she was behaving like a bitch, a real one. Yeah, she was just, I couldn't feel sympathy with her. And maybe Alia is a really great actress. She improved herself so much from Student of the Year to Razi and to her latest movie, which I forgot now. No, her latest movie is Kalank. I'm so stupid. So she really improved, but she portrayed Roop in a really cold way, and I think I can understand that Roop could be cold because of her situation, but she could have maybe portrayed her in a little bit more warm way, especially in front of Safa, because she was falling in love with him, and she could have like showed a more playful way because of her entry song Rajwadi Odni. She was showing like a very playful character, and then she turns out to be very cold. And yeah, that's okay. Now a few things what I liked about the movie. Plot isn't that bad. It has like this revenge plot, this like every character is like connected in a way. And then this partition plot, which also makes you emotional, and especially for Indians, yeah, who feel connected to the history. So the plots are actually like not bad, but they were portrayed in a very boring way. I don't know how to explain this, but this movie was like you were sitting there like, okay, yeah, when is the drama happening? I know there is kind of drama with this family thing, but this Karan Johar magic, this was just missing. Like, he has always in his movies, like in his old movies, Kuch Kuch Hota Hai, Kabhi Alvida Na Kehe Na, all these kind of movies, Kal Ho Na Ho, he always has these little moments which make you laugh, smile, cry, angry, all these that just let you feel different kind of emotions. And in Kalank, that just wasn't there. And I think that's why the audience couldn't really connect with it. Even though the plot isn't that bad, it was just portrayed in a bad way. So that's kind of my explanation why the movie turned out to be a flop. Yeah, so all in all, this was my opinion. You have to cut me some slack. It's the first time I'm in front of the camera and talking, and I know it's hard to understand, and when I edit this video, I know this will look embarrassing for me. But I really want to talk about Bollywood topics, and I want to do more movie opinions and also song opinions. And also I would like to know your opinion on Kalank. You can write anything about it in the comments down below. I respect every comment as long as you don't insult my Dalan, okay? I love it. He worked very hard for this. Yeah, the other actors and actresses too, I know. And yeah, I hope to see you soon on my other videos. Bye!